Hello and welcome to Tarot Pal. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. Every time I make a new video it's as much of my journey as it is yours, because had you not been watching it, who am I making it for? Okay, so thank you for subscribing, thank you for your lovely comments, thank you for the motivation. I will start my one-on-one readings starting mid to end July. I'm still working on the schedule and the other finer details. I have received a lot of messages from you guys asking for a one-on-one reading. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, for trusting me with it. Trust me, I will get to it. I just want to make sure I'm giving you the best of the service possible, and I will start sharing with you the schedules and the different services I am customizing for you on my Instagram account on Tarot Pal. Okay, if you're new and you just clicked on this video, welcome again to Tarot Pal. We're less than a month old on YouTube, and while I have been studying astrology, law of attraction, tarot, spirituality, religion, this journey started when I was 11 years old. I'm 30 now. I've been passionately engrossed in studying, researching, practicing, things that have worked out for me. Then I extended it and I reached out to my close friends and it worked out for them. And now I'm on this journey when I'm helping the larger audience or the larger community and connecting to you through this YouTube post. Okay, what we're going to do today is a monthly reading for all air signs. So that's Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If you do not know your birth chart, the first thing I want you to do is to go to Astro Matrix or Astro Sage. These are two apps that I know of. You can use anything else. You can use astro.com or astroseek.com. There's so many. Go online and get your birth chart. Okay, once you know your birth placements, what are placements? So where is your sun? Where is your moon? Where is your rising, Venus, Mercury, Mars, North Node? These are different placements. You're not just your sun sign, right? In fact, your sun sign hardly tells us anything about you. So the first thing is you need to go and know your birth chart, and you need to know what's your sun, what's your moon, what's your rising. That is why I recommended Astro Matrix. Feel free to go and get that from another app. I think it's very easy, their interface, and this is not a partnership or anything. I'm just telling you it because I'm just sharing their app because that's what I use. Okay, so if you know your placements, there is typically a higher probability anyway that air placements have more air placements. Okay, this reading I have drawn cards for you for your sun, moon, rising and north node. I'll repeat that: sun, moon, rising and north node. And now why these four placements? When you're listening, so I'm just going to give you my example so that it makes easier sense to you. Okay, and I'm going to use both Western and Vedic. In Western astrology, I am a Scorpio rising, a Libra sun, and a In Western astrology, I'm a Pisces rising, Libra sun, and Scorpio moon. Now, what does that mean? That means that my rising sign, how I come across to the world and how I process the information that is coming to me from the external environment, has a very Piscean energy to it. Okay, I don't come across to people immediately as a Libra, which is my sun sign, which is my ego. My ego does show up as the Libra, and my projection, or there are many more deep details about me, which of course have a strong Libra energy. Okay, then there is the moon, which is our emotions, our feelings, our mother, things which are hidden and within us. Okay, so that's where the Scorpio energy comes into play for me. So to begin with, as a beginner, absolute beginner to astrology, you need to know where your placements are, and you need to know at least where your sun, moon and rising is, and what does that mean about you. You can go to Google and research and know so much about just typing sun in Libra or moon in Scorpio or rising in Pisces. Okay, so that was Western. Same way, if you go to Astro Sage, you'll have a similar birth chart that shows up. It's on a Vedic astrology calculation. Okay, so there that's a better example for me for this particular read rather. So let's say I'm a Libra sun, a Libra moon and an Aquarius rising as per my Vedic astrology placements. Now if you notice, Today I'm covering all air elements and how their July would be, which means for my sun, for my moon and for my rising, I have 3 different piles here which will cover all of that. Okay, this is not a pick a card. This is Aquarius, this is Libra, this is Gemini. I will repeat that. This is Aquarius, this is Libra, this is Gemini. I'll try and put a a strip here if I can, but even if I can't, I think this is pretty easy. Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, the other way around, that if that's easier. Okay, so if you have a sun in Libra and a rising in Aquarius, of course, listen to both the piles, right? Because the rising card placements would be more like what is going to show up for you externally, and the sun may be how you're processing it as well, okay? So again, this is Aquarius, this is Gemini, this is Libra. Sorry, this is Aquarius, this is Libra, this is Gemini. Wow, did I confuse you? I will write that in the timestamps below as well. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, okay? Do listen to the entire reading if you have very strong placements when it comes to air placements. Okay, so let's say your north node is also in a particular air sign, and same goes for your sun, moon, rising. You can listen to the entire read. If you have strong air placements, this reading is for you. Okay, without much ado, I'm going to get into the first part of the reading, which is for Aquarius, sun, moon and rising. If you have Aquarius, sun, moon and rising, this read is for you for July monthly. Hello and welcome to Dear Aquarius. If you're not following me on Instagram, there is a lot of rituals and practices that I've already shared, which would be great to do with the solar eclipse that just went in Gemini, and the full moon in Capricorn, which was a reading I've just now posted about a few hours ago. Do not miss out on these readings. And I'm sorry, I'm shifting the camera too much. Let me just set this so that you can see everything. Okay, I think this works. Okay. So we have the underlying energy, which is same for all 3 air signs, okay? I've taken the same underlying energy for the 3 piles. At the end of this reading, I will take out a postcard from Spirit to help you answer something specific to your, whatever is on your mind, whatever situation you're dealing with. Think of that situation at the end of this reading, and we will look into the energies of that for you, okay? Moving on. This reading is going to cover your love, career, health, and any other additional message that comes in for the month of July. Okay, energy is fluid, and tarot always will talk about the current energy. So of course, if your energy changes, the read can change. Okay, let's start with first how your month begins. The first phrase that comes to my mind when I look at this particular artwork of the 5 of Wands is too many cooks spoil the broth. You've heard of that, right? It means when there are too many people engaged in a project, things don't work out well. Okay, there could be petty competition that you might be facing at this current time, because this is June when I'm going to be uploading this. This might be actually happening to you now. You are surrounded by people who consider you competition, whether you count them as competition or not. Okay, there could be petty fights, nonsensical ego battles, which you are currently surrounded with. And of course, the fact that you're listening to this right now already pulls me to your first guidance, which is release and Archangel Michael. Okay, if you feel that other people are drawing your energy out and they are draining you, and you're receiving a lot of negativity from people, call on to Archangel Michael. Honestly, he's one of the most strongest archangels that I've ever worked with. Somebody I reach out to every day, 10 times in a day, because his energy and his presence is, I believe, it's difficult to sum it unless you've worked with archangels yourself. He's a more easily accessible, if I may say it like that, and you can immediately sense a change in your energies and a sense of protection when you call upon him. Okay, anybody that you're worried about when it comes to their health and well-being, in case you're someone who has somebody in your family who has a medical ailment that you're dealing with, you can call upon Archangel Michael for his protection and call upon Archangel Raphael for healing, and it would always work out well for you, okay? Something in me tells me that you need to release any kind of a loss that you might have experienced during the pandemic, okay? Because that loss is what is also pulling in further energies towards you, which are not in alignment to your highest good, okay? I understand that loss can be, cut your losses, okay? That's another phrase I want to start your July reading with, okay? Moving on to what's incoming, okay? I feel the Five of Wands is what you're currently dealing with more than anything else. And you are very aware that, the underlying energy being past life issue with the full moon in Capricorn that is going to happen on June 24th. There's a separate pick a card reading on that. I've just posted, like I said, you might want to go and hear that. There is, of course, a lot of karmic cycles that are going to repeat for you in the next 30 days from the time you see this reading, okay? Which is why you need to stay grounded and you need to call upon Archangel Michael for his protection and his support. And he will always show up, okay? He's not somebody difficult to please. All he wants you is to call on him and he will show up. With an air reading that I'm already doing, I already have Archangel Michael's presence, who is associated with the zodiac sign of Libra many times. Hence, all the more reason I want you to know at the very beginning of this read that July, you are protected from anybody who's trying to bring you down, from any kind of a competition. You are going to win, okay? And how will it unfold is what I want to get into the next. You will have a lot of communication and a lot of incoming opportunities for you throughout the month of July. If you can see, the girl is trying to catch sticks and somewhere she's also getting overwhelmed. There is good news coming, but maybe sometimes good news can also overwhelm us, right? So you're being asked to be mentally ready, to have that grounded, again, I think the key word or the key practice that Aquarius needs to repeatedly do is ground yourself. Throughout July, ground yourself, because the sun is in Cancer and the energies are such that anyway, you might feel emotionally overwhelmed. There might not be anything else happening in the external world, only your own emotions making you feel so overwhelmed that you miss out on your opportunities, okay? All of us know, I'm an Aquarius myself. I have an Aquarius rising and an Aquarius North Node in another. We are very aware as Aquariuses where we are being the escapist, right? Being an escapist is a part of Aquarius life journey as much as it of, Leos and the other air signs, right? So what you need to be careful of is that you're grounded and you're not running away or you're not sabotaging opportunities, especially when it comes to relationships and especially when it comes to your professional life, just because you were too overwhelmed to deal with people, okay? Aquariuses, by the way, are introverts, most of them, and it comes across as a surprise to many people. Yes, they are outgoing. Yes, they can speak their mind. Yes, they are confident, but all of that is not really the actual summary for an introvert. An introvert likes to spend time alone and prefers their solitude more than engaging with others. So a strong caution for the Aquariuses: you have great things coming your way. Don't self-sabotage and walk out of it because you were just too overwhelmed to deal with people, okay? What you need is also patience throughout the month, okay? Stop scratching your seeds, the ones that you've sown, just to see if the fruit is coming out or is the seed really working out. You've done your job, you've taken the journey, now you got to wait, okay? Wait and be patient and be grounded with the progress that you've made so that you don't spoil everything that you've already created, okay? You will receive a lot of divine downloads. By that, I mean that intuitively, you will know the right answers at the right time throughout the month of July, and that will play out for you, okay? I do have other air signs showing up very strongly here. So other Aquarius, Gemini and Libras would play a strong role in your life in the month of July or in the next 30 days. So would Aries, so would Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Those are some energies I clearly see. What you're also being asked to, with the underlying card here being the Six of Pentacles with the Seven of Pentacles as the next progression, learn to give and receive openly. Okay, you can't run away from people and society as much as you'd like to live alone in an island and isolated. Please learn to openly give and receive your knowledge, your wealth, your resources. I understand sometimes Aquarius can get frustrated that people are not up to their level and not up to their mark, and they're having silly conversations. That's where compassion comes into play. Also, with the compassion message showing up, I want to bring your notice to the crown chakra. If you again haven't heard the full moon in Capricorn reading, I'm being drawn to ask everybody who's listening to this pile to definitely go and listen to your full moon in Capricorn reading, because whatever pile you pick there, that energy is going to be extremely active, at least for the first 15 days of July. Okay, like I said, you're going to get a lot of divine downloads and a lot of ideas and clarity will come to you. If you can take out 15 minutes in a day for the next 30 days, take up a 21 days challenge for yourself if you have to sit down and meditate for 15 minutes, you will get the answers you seek yourself through meditation, through connection and with the divine guides. Okay, pay attention to your ideas as they are messages of the true divine guidance sent in answer to your prayers. There are going to be synchronicities that you notice. They're going to be, I have a lot of birds here as well, if you notice, and of course swords and birds are linked. There is birds here, here, here. Birds represent movement. Birds represent information and intelligence. Okay. Hence, if you're not paying attention, you're going to miss out on these signs, on these subtle signs that you will get from people, from the internet, from the articles that you come across. I call Google algorithms its own way of, I've made a joke around it that I think for the new age, the algorithms will give you some kind of a message all the time. But are you really paying attention? And hence, all the more important, are you paying attention to what kind of algorithms are you subscribing to? As an Aquarius, internet is very much linked to you. The age of Aquarius is linked with you after all, right? So being internet linked to you, Uranus currently placed in Taurus, you need to understand that unless you're conscious of your own algorithms. What do I mean by that? What pages are you following? What kind of accounts are you following? Are you really following the right hashtags, the right people who are adding value to you? Or are you consistently consuming data, consuming information and communication, which is clouding your mind, okay, which is overwhelming you, which is distracting you, which is why you're not making progress, okay? That's the second message I have here. Moving on. If I have to talk specifics here, if you are looking for a job, please don't talk about the applications that you're putting in with, everybody and anybody. Careful of the information that you're sharing with others. Keep a lookout of the opportunities that show up and say no to nothing. Very typical, pattern of air signs is that, let's say you get called for one interview, and you know that you kind of sort of like the job, you stop going for other interviews altogether. This is what you're cautioned to not do. Don't say no to any opportunity. If there are multiple opportunities that shows up, go and explore it, go see the entire cycle, and then at the decision stage, you can make up your mind what are you going to go with, okay? That's for people who are looking for jobs or, overall when it comes to your career and opportunities. Don't say no to anything. Experiment, try, go ahead until the last journey, until you can say a no and back off, and then, decide which one you really want to go with. When it comes to your relationships, okay, before we get to relationships, let me cover money quickly here, because I am getting a very clear message about money. July is not a month for you to do any kind of a risk-taking adventure. Okay, you will get a lot of opportunities to invest, and these investments will be great, but only great if they are rooted, grounded, and in a traditional way connected to what you've been raised with. Don't try to bring up something out of the box and experimental. I know there is the Knight of Swords showing up for you here, but Knight of Swords is not the King of Swords. He doesn't have the complete knowledge. He believes himself to be ready, but he's not yet ready, okay? So yes, you will get a lot of ideas, a lot of opportunities, a lot of people will come in and give you offers to join them and become a part of their investment plans. Stay cautious, stay alert, because again, this could also lead to more money battles, right? petty battles around money need to be avoided. Not a month to give debt or a loan to anyone, and probably don't take one either. While I do have Six of Pentacles as the bottom energy, help those in need, but stay careful when it comes to too much of exchange and transactions around money. Okay, keep your money safe, but your money is overall safe. There's nothing going drastically wrong with it if you're not taking mad risks, okay, when it comes to money. If you are someone who came to this reading hoping for some kind of a clarity to dawn upon you through the journey of the month of July, whatever answers you seek, they are coming. If there's a question, a dilemma, a confusion in your mind, stay patient, because you will receive the answers directly from the universe through meditation if you're able to release your own petty blockages or petty ego cycles that you're working with, and you're grounded. You will get the divine message yourself, okay? You will get the connection built yourself, which is why I'm asking you to spend 10 to 15 minutes every day for the next 30 days meditating and focusing on some breath work. If meditation is too much for you, go listen to some breath work, okay? There are many YouTubers who are doing phenomenal work around meditation. I'm sure you'll find so many, okay? Do let me know in the comments below if you'd like to know my references. I'll be happy to. There are so many people even I follow. It's hard to, just pinpoint on one. Moving ahead to relationships. If you're single, someone's approaching you from the past, okay? But by the past, I don't mean an ex. Somebody you may have known as a child or during your younger years, and who has now matured, grown, and come to a more stable place, and has kept an eye on you for a while, and hence, is now coming to you with a offer of love. Just give me 1 second, guys, my batteries. Okay. When it comes to your love life, like I was saying, this is not somebody in the past as in your ex, but most probably somebody whom you've known in the past, who has grown, matured over time for you or with you. Perhaps somebody you've known for a long time as well. Or in case this is not somebody who comes from your past as in this life, this could also be somebody from your past life. Or this could be somebody who reminds you of your childhood innocent days. That is a kind of person who's soon approaching you. If you're not single and you're not really looking for love either way, this could also be friendships or other close one-on-one relationships that you're attracting, which will make you feel as if you're divinely connected to this person, okay? There is a past life relationship at play for you, okay? In case you are in a karmic relationship, clearly with that past life and the release and the Archangel Michael and the Five of Wands showing up, how much more of a repeat pattern do you want to go through this before that clarity dawns upon you that you have the power to set yourself free and to move ahead with absolute focused clarity towards a better day, okay? In case you're in a relationship and you're very happy and you have, you feel content, you genuinely are content, the caution here is do not let your overthinking become the new problem of your relationship, okay? I don't see any relationship troubles for Aquarius for the month of July, but the only caution is don't let petty battles or ego make your relationship suffer, okay? For your health and your overall well-being when it comes to mind, body, spirit, grounding, like I've already said, is a must for you throughout July. If you're not grounding, which is walking on the grass, doing some breath work, eating food which is healthy and preferably more vegetarian food than non-vegetarian food, anything that gets you hyper excited, excessive coffee, you're getting the drill, right? Too much of the junk food which makes us feel hyper is the food that you need to avoid, okay? That's one message for you. Again, with this girl and this guy near this beautiful garden, gardening is something I would recommend. If you're not into gardening, surround yourself with plants at least, okay? Now go out in the nature if you can, if social distancing allows it for you. And typically, I see this when it comes to your spirituality or your mind, body, spirit. It's a great month. You're going to get a lot of clarity, a lot of ideas, a lot of opportunities, and mind expansive conversations which will expand your horizon. You need to build your own connect to the divine, like I said. And have faith that you're absolutely protected. Do not let any kind of conspiracy theory, which of course Aquariuses are known, famous for, hold you back from building better relationships. Okay. What we're going to move to next is I want you to think of a situation which is specific to you, or you need a message from the spirit guides. I'm keeping this very open. We will take a postcard from the skip spirit guides, asking them for any kind of a message that they want to give you. That was quick and too fell. Okay, so we want to read both for you. I mean, how amazing it is that we're doing an Aquarius reading. Aquarius is ruled by the sign Uranus, which is, the planet of expansion, revolution, uniqueness. And look at the first line. You have a unique purpose and destiny that only you can fulfill. But first, you need to know that destiny isn't a destination. You don't arrive at some special place where poof, you're happy and perfect all the time. It's about establishing and firming up a commitment to a certain experience, whatever form that can take. Your soul knows what you need to experience. Your destiny is to be present to all of life adventures, to discover your talents and full potential through allowing inspiration to lead you, and to risk standing apart from the crowd to listen to your soul. I mean, I'm surprised we're getting this for an Aquarius. If you are somebody who's holding yourself back for any reason, because you think you're weird, because you think, before I started tarot, it took me, I've known tarot for 8 years. I've been studying spirituality for 20 years, but I can resonate with this more than anything else. That even for an Aquarius, we judge ourselves the number of times we are called weird. We enjoy it, but we are very aware that we are we are being categorized as somebody different. And sometimes depends upon your journey, depends upon the kind of people you were surrounded with, that can hold you back. Okay, so clearly don't hold yourself back to receive these opportunities. Okay. You are special as much as you are also paradoxically one with the world individual, yet part of a great whole. Like I said, I understand it gets frustrating for Aquarius because not everybody understands our intellectual depth, but don't condescend them. Take them with you. You're a part of them as much as they are a part of you. Okay, unity consciousness is perhaps something that should intrigue you. If it doesn't already, read about it, and I think you will find a lot of answers for yourself there. Both truths have led you to this moment where we are saying you are on the right track. Even if your ego self doesn't see that, listen to your soul, check in with spirit, keep going. Spirit loves you, life loves you, we love you, I love you. Let's read your second message. If this reading has resonated, please do subscribe. Every subscription changes my algorithm and means the world for me. And I am open to your feedback. Do let me know how else would you like to see the monthlies, because monthlies is something we can definitely do a lot of playing around with. Okay. Dearest you, isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again, full circle, in ways, brings me back to this. This message is going to show up. I'm not even seeing the other cards. I already know this message will show up for every air sign in some way or the other. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We are clearly dealing with something of the past, and we need to learn something, make peace with it, and make some changes. Okay. In ways you could not have possibly planned. You wonder how a dream could die only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self whose desires are unmet. Now, here you are with a new opportunity to do things from a different and a more mature perspective. We want you to trust that in this new opportunity for rebirth, you will be called in two directions, and the one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the known space, in the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You have come full circle and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. This reminds me of energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Release the attachment to the past and take that leap of faith towards that new beginning. And if something presents itself from the past, okay, like I said, I felt that was a very strong love message for somebody who's matured and who's become more deep rooted. Give the person a fair chance. If the reading resonated, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I have already shared the links of the readings I have mentioned during this reading for you. Wish you a wonderful day, Aquarius, and a great July. Take care. Hello and welcome, dear Libras. If you're not following me on Instagram yet, I strongly recommend, if you love tarot and if you love law of attraction and you like to live a more ritualistic life, go follow me on Instagram. You will find the link below. There are different readings and rituals which I do there. This is a July monthly reading, like I've already shared in the intro. In case you still skipped it after I said don't, this is for your sun, moon, rising, as well as north node. And of course, this energy would be valid for the entire month of July. Okay. So, dear Libras, I am a Libra, so I'm very excited for this. And when I say I'm a Libra sun, both in Western and in Vedic astrology. I have more Libra placements and a stellium in both of them, depending upon where that falls. Okay. Let's talk about what's coming in and where we are. Firstly, before we get into what's coming in into July, I can see that your current energy is that nothing's good enough for you and you're bored. Okay, you are bored. Okay, and in that boredom is that dissatisfaction and that discontentment with the cups that you're being offered. Your first message is go back to the basics, back to the absolute basics, and start with gratitude journaling. Okay, when you feel that universe is not offering you anything up to the mark, that nothing suits your needs, I want you to go back to the basics, and every day in the morning or night or both the times, spend time journaling things that you're grateful for. Okay, that energy needs to shift. If you want better things, you need to appreciate and value and truly be happy the cups that you're being offered. What you're also being told is that in case there is a job opportunity, or let's say there's a relationship that doesn't seem very intriguing at the very on-go of it, don't judge a book by its cover. It might be better than what you're thinking it to be. So give, exactly like Aquarius, and this is why I've made all the air signs reading together. You will, I'm sure, have some other placement, or many of you will have some other placement in Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius had a similar message to not say no to any opportunity that shows up. Give it a try, run things through, and only when they have discovered all that had to be discovered to reach a decision. That is exactly what you're also being told. Okay, the cat here, if you see, is looking at the fish, which is a very interesting portrayal of the Four of Cups. I really love this deck. It's the Everyday Witch, of course. For those of you who want to know what tarot deck it is, it's the Everyday Witch. What we need to also understand at the end, as the energy that we enter into, sometimes it's okay for things to move slow, because just because I am seeing it slow here and now doesn't mean that everything is at a standstill. Right? Things are not at a standstill somehow, but they might seem like they're at the standstill. This is the underlying card, which is common for both signs. And since I have the two fours here, which is the Four of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, you're clearly holding yourself back, Libra. You don't want to share and you don't want to reach out to people, because either you think that nobody is good enough, or you think that if you reach out to people, you're going to get hurt. Okay, or they're going to take away the wealth that you have, the resources that you have. I can understand that you've not had the best experiences when it comes to people so far, and you've had to fight a lot alone. With the Nine of Wands there, you have had a long journey. I think a lot of this is also the pandemic and the lockdown that we've all been stuck in. Okay, I understand it's been difficult for air signs as much as it's been difficult for the fire, because we do like that intellectual stimulation, and we do enjoy the stimulation that sometimes the outer world brings. Of course, there are many ways to get yourself stimulated at home, and if you're spiritually aligned, you wouldn't feel the difference at all. But that said, in a realistic world, all of us are facing mental health issues because we've been locked down and we've been fighting alone, and we feel alone and lonely, and that is the energy that you're taking into the month of July. The remedy is simple: gratitude. Okay, there are many people who have died, and today you are here listening to me talk. That in itself, I'm not even trying to victim shame here for any of the losses that you've had, but that's a blessing. That's a blessing. The fact that you have life is the fact that you have possibilities. So let's at least be grateful for the possibilities that lie ahead of us. Okay, you might have many love offers come your way, and like a typical Libra, you might not like any of them. It's absolutely okay to not go ahead with them either. Please understand, I as a Libra, I can imagine how annoying it is when through tarot reads or through our relationships, people keep pushing us to take that decision, to go date that guy, to take up that job. You don't push a Libra, it never works. Okay, so the intention here is not to push you to give something a shot which is not really interesting to you, which is not intriguing to you, because I understand you can't do that. Air signs can't take up things which are not interesting for them. That is absolutely okay. But more importantly, I want you to get to a space of gratitude so that this energy can start shifting for you. Okay, so that you start attracting better prospects towards yourself. At your workplace, please don't hold yourself back from being a team player. Don't hold yourself back from sharing the knowledge that this Nine of Swords has acquired over the years with your other teammates, your peers, your clients. You have knowledge, and people will want to hear you out if you're ready to come and share it with others. Okay, openly give and receive. It's clearly an energy for all three air signs. I haven't got into Gemini yet, of course, but definitely if you have Aquarius and Libra placements, open your heart, reach out to people, collaborate, and remain grateful throughout the month of July. For money, I understand things have not been the most smooth for you. In the month of July, I see things moving, but to be honest, things will only move very slow. So I don't see a windfall of abundance for you. I'm not going to quote that for you. I don't see something drastically getting better. I think things will remain as they are for most of you. For those of you who are looking to get to a better place, yes, definitely things are moving and you're getting to a better place. Okay, there is some karmic clearing that you're doing, especially when it comes to wealth for Libras, that's for sure. Okay, and remain patient, remain grounded, remain grateful for the better days that you've also had in life for this time to go, if you possibly can. And these two showing a beautiful synchronicity. This guy has a lack mindset because he's lost a lot of things, and now all he has is that chest of gold. But right now he has two options. He can hold on to that chest of gold as if his life depends on it, and how many coins can he anyway fit in, right? He still has to go out and collaborate with other people to earn more money, to generate more wealth, to live his life experiences. Hence, it is perhaps a wiser decision for this person to even share the wealth that he's left with and be of service to other people. If life starts overwhelming you as a Libra in the month of July, I want you to reach out to your angels, your spirit guides, and simply close your eyes and ask them to take care of your needs while you take care of everybody else around you who's in need of you. I know Libra is a very they-centric sign, so we care about the people around us and we care to make people happy, and sometimes that can lead to having no boundaries, right? That is not what I'm encouraging you to do. You are going to get taken care of. If you can help animals, if you can support a charity cause that you're associated with, please go ahead and deep dive into it, because that will get you out of this stuck energy that you might be facing when July begins, okay? Also, unless you give the permission for others to help you, others can't help you, okay? Aquarius and Libra both have a very similar thing, that we can be independent to a flaw. right? We can't win everything on our own. Again, back to that teamwork spirit. We need the expert advice, we need other people, and not every project can be done on our own. Same way, your spirit guides respect your free will. They will never step in and overrule something for you. So you need to invite them into your life. You need to work with them to help you find the solutions. You can do this ritual wherein I would write on the left hand side things that I'm taking care of myself, and on the right I'd say, and I delegate this to the universe. I also have suffered from control freak problems and overthinking problems. I can pretty much safely say I've overcome both of them through my spiritual practices and rituals. And one of the things that has been monumental in my control freak overthinking zone is delegation. Okay, we don't trust the universe and we don't trust the angels is when we get into that anxious energy, that we have to do everything on our own. We don't have to take this all alone, and we do have help available. Yes, you fought a long battle alone, but now you have people, and now you have spirit guides who will just jump in and help you. Spirit guides were always there. Now at least you're aware about them more. So reach out and ask for help. Be of service to others, and good things will flow to you. The first 15 days of July might seem more harder to you than the second half, because by the mid of July, you will reach this phase of Hermit, which is a much better space than the Four of Pentacles, of course. This guy is also alone, but he's not lonely. He's isolating himself because he loves solitude. And this girl here with the owl showing up, which is all about wisdom, and her solitude in the forest, her life experiences, these hard battles where she's had to fight alone and stand her ground. If you're able to stand your ground also on things that matter to you, you will get those epiphanies and those downloads and those clear wisdom as to how did you navigate through so far. And when you have that wisdom, when you've introspected enough, obviously you open up more, because then you remember, I've managed to live everything that has happened to me so far. I will manage whatever comes ahead. Okay, it's a very positive month for Libras, definitely. The only caution here is don't let your mind and your emotions be your worst enemy. Okay, don't self-sabotage yourself. Okay, Hermit also represents the energy of Virgo. If I talk about placements, there is a lot of pentacles again. So clearly earth and air are going to play together a lot in the month of July. Earth signs would be Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. People with these placements will be important and beneficial and impactful for you. Air signs would be again Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. These are the three energies that I definitely see here. With the Knight of Wands, there is of course a Sagittarius energy as well, very clearly present. And moving on to this, you have a lot of creative ideas and a lot of adventures that will begin after this full moon in Capricorn. If you haven't seen the full moon in Capricorn reading, please do go back and listen to that. There are some seeds that you've planted. There are some networks and some connections that you've made, which will heal your creative blocks as well as your sexual wounds. Okay, you are perhaps a healer, an empath, or some kind of a HSP, which is a highly sensitive person who needs to do some sacral chakra healing in the month of July. An excellent month for it, by the way, with the sun being in Cancer and a lot of water strong energies present. If you don't know what sexual wounds are, please do Google and understand sexual traumas and learn more about them. This is YouTube, so I don't want to get too much into in depth with it, but you will find many resources available to help you understand this. If you are overeating, if you're eating something that you shouldn't, please stay conscious, because you will, tarot will always give you alerts and caution. When you listen to them on time and you change your energy, the energy changes. Okay, so you might have stomach issues if you don't stop eating the unhealthy junk that you're consuming. If you're overdoing anything, going out too much, drinking too much, smoking too much, anything in excess, I'm not asking you to stop any of that. Have fun, go live your life. A lot of us are coming out of the pandemic and the lockdowns in many parts of the world. Please go ahead and live your life, but respect your body and take care of yourself, because you don't want to fall sick, right? That takes away all the fun anyway. You will get through meditation and through isolation as well as through networking. There's a very fine balance here, okay? You need to spend enough time to introspect and then go out and engage with other people, other experts, and then creative projects will definitely rise with the sacral chakra showing up. You might travel, I would say in August, September, with the Knight of Wands showing up. This guy is ready and off he goes for his adventures, okay? You will find many people in the next 3 months for sure, if not within July, who are very like-minded, who have similar aspirations, ambitions, dreams as yours. And these these could be romantic, these could be social, this could be professional, but better people are coming your way, okay? All you have to do is open yourself. Your message for July is work on opening your heart chakra, work on staying grounded. Staying grounded is clearly a message for air signs across the year, because we, as much as we like to think, talk, and a lot of it is happening in our minds, and we need to consistently stay focused and stay grounding, okay? So that was an overall energy read. Let me just see if I'm forgetting anything. I think I've covered career for you. Nothing drastically shifts. Just remember to stay open, okay? Again, with your money, share your resources, okay? You're safe. If you're worried about your career, my answer to you is you're safe. Things are working out absolutely well. People are going to come up to your support. Any kind of a threat that you feel is just in your mind. That is for sure. Okay, that's your career, money, finances. Okay, things are going well. Nothing will drastically change for you, exactly like Aquarius. They remain as they are, and slow progress is happening. Okay, when it comes to your love life, again, open your heart, give people a chance. If you need more time, it's okay to take more time, but evaluate your choices and get the wisdom you need so that you can go out on your better adventures. Okay, for people who are in a relationship, your partner might not seem very open to you sometimes. Don't take it on you and then start creating, Libras can do that like no man's business, wherein we think that the other person is feeling something about us, and then we start projecting our own insecurities on them, and things just start getting messier and messier. Focus on your own energy. If you feel that you're giving too much power away, something Libras are very well known for in their personal relationships, please ground yourself. Please go into solitude and spend time in nature. Spend time with elderly people, okay? Elderly people will also bring you a lot of relief in case you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious throughout the year. Throughout the month. I want you to now think of a particular situation which is on your mind, or any kind of a thought that came into your mind, or a question that came into your mind while you were listening to me speak, and we will take a spirit message for you. If the reading resonated, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That subscription does mean the world to me, and it motivates me to create better content. Okay, I think this wants to fall, so we'll take it. I don't think I've ever seen this card before. Let's see. Isn't it amazing how... Wow, okay, you have very similar messages as Aquarius. I think I did say at the beginning of the read that you can, and you might want to hear the entire reading as air elements, because a lot of messages are similar. For you as well, something is returning or something comes to a full circle like Aquarius. Isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again, full circle, in ways you could have not possibly planned? Okay, guys, this is spooky. I just started reading this and I realized, and you just saw me shuffle. Sorry, this is Mercury retrograde shadow phase. Yay, today Mercury went direct. That's another great thing. This message is copy paste the same card that I just took out for Aquarius. So if you're somebody like me who has both Aquarius and Libra placements, listen to both. Both of them have very interlinked messages. They're not the same message, but they're interlinked. I'll read this card out for you. Isn't it amazing how things seem to come around again, full circle, in ways you could not possibly have planned? You wonder how a dream could die only to be resurrected years later when you're really ready. You thought it was time back then, but your wisdom knows better than your small self, whose desires are unmet. Now, here, with a new opportunity to do things from a different, more mature perspective, we want you to trust that in this new opportunity for rebirth, you will be called in two directions. The one that is unfamiliar will be the right one. In the unknown spaces, the unknown charter, sorry, in the unknown spaces, the uncharted places of infinite potential, we are waiting to guide you into your fullest life. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. Big bounty will come if you remain in the present. You have come full circle, and now you can see that everything changes, is made new, and is given new hope. Okay? Anything that you've struggled with and you fought really hard for, okay, you've learned your lesson, and so has the other people who were involved, and somebody might be charging ahead to you. Okay, this is a very specific message for some of you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you so much again for choosing to spend your time with me. Thank you for your support. Please do like, share, and subscribe, and wish you a wonderful month ahead. Take care. Hello and welcome to my dear Geminis. You know what? A lot of astrology pages put up a lot of flack against Gemini, but you need to know, my best friend is a Gemini. We've been friends for 21 years, and I'm pretty sure she's going to hear this reading. I think she's one of my favorite people, I mean, needless to say. And beyond her as well, I definitely want to give a shout out to every Gemini out there, because I think you guys are shamed for no rhyme or reason. Other people who can't handle your versatility and your fast-paced mind are cursing you, is what I always feel. I'm a Libra who has so many Geminis in my life, and I think you're wonderful, wonderful people, okay? You're our little geniuses who are, often misunderstood, and a lot of hate is sent towards Gemini, I feel, okay? Do not let that inner child die. You already know, I'm sure you know, that you are made for great things, and if you didn't know that, I'm telling you this, okay? Gemini placements have a strong potential to create something the world has not seen, okay? People often talk about innovators as Aquarius, but they forget that the Gemini is the one with the gift of the gab. The Gemini is the inner child, and children will often bring into this world things that we need to learn from them, not vice versa. Okay, this is your underlying energy, and this, which has been common for all three air signs, and this is of course your angel guidance, and we'll cover what's incoming and what's the message. Okay, first things first, let's talk about your career. You need to know more, learn more, upgrade more, and that's what's incoming. I think even before you enter the month of July, you are already perfecting your craft, okay? With the 8 of Pentacles showing up, it's a very straight cut message. You will learn more, you will get involved with more people, as well as more hobbies, and more upskilling will come your way. Okay, you are going to focus a lot, and this will require a lot of hard work, a lot of dedication. So clearly, when it comes to career, any kind of a learning program that you can enroll yourself for, no matter how ridiculous it looks to you right now, please go ahead with it, because you need to master your craft. Okay, there is more mastery of the craft that you need to focus on. Okay, why? Because there is still so much hidden from you when it comes to the potential of the career you've chosen, or the career opportunities that are coming your way. Even when it comes to money, don't just go head on into any kind of an investment. Learn more about what are you investing into, because there are secrets around what's happening, and those secrets will be gradually revealed to you. I love the moon and the artwork of this deck, because if you see here, the cat thinks it's a cat, but it's not a cat. I hope you guys can see what I'm talking about, right? Look at the reflection of the cat. So right now, the cat doesn't know its potential. The cat also doesn't know the hidden secrets, right? Your intuition is going to be extremely strong. Typically, Geminis tend to have some of the other Cancer placements as well. And the sun in Cancer is a monumental time for wherever Cancer is placed in your birth chart. Like I said in the intro, please do know your birth chart placements. I think it is one of the basics when we start with our journey of self-awareness, okay? It is mind-blowing how accurate it is and how much it can help you once you understand your own birth placements, okay? Water healing and water meditation is strongly recommended for you. Staying hydrated and going into water diets. If you don't know what water diets are, basically you give yourself a day or two in the week wherein you fast or you intake only juices. Those kind of health diets and health routines would be greatly recommended for you, okay? What I also want you to understand is not to get attached to any particular job or any particular relationship that you're doing right now. Why am I saying that? I have the 8 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups showing up. Clearly, guys, in the long-term future, you have a lot of abundance for you. But the reason I don't want you to get too attached to anything that is happening currently is because right now is not the destination. Okay? Once you've crafted everything that you need to know, and every Gemini maybe can relate to this, there might be countless projects and countless workshops you attended and then didn't do anything with it, right? Because you just wanted to learn what needed to be learned. This is why I love Geminis. They are curious people, and they are not always only focused on the monetary value that is derived by learning, because they are smart enough to know that knowledge will be used regardless of wherever I get it from, whatever knowledge I acquire. I am smart enough to use it in a way that will benefit me in whichever industry I'm in or whichever relationship I go into, right? So right now, just focus on the journey, okay? The process of learning and acquiring new skills without getting too focused on or without asking yourself things like, how am I going to use this thing that I'm learning? How am I going to earn money from it? Because this woman had 7 cups to work with, but she's ready to take a new journey because she's unhappy with the journey so far. This could also be your present energy. Maybe you already are an established professional, but you've realized everything that I have is great, but I want more, because I know beyond that, mountain is something else that I desire. After 8 of Cups comes 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, right? And the cat is going to accompany her in the journey, which is the intuition. Again, pulls me back to the moon card. So you're intuitively aware, you're intuitively clear as to where are you going, what are you doing. You just need to follow your heart. 8 of Cups talks about following your heart and leaving behind the old, the new, and the tested. Even if the entire world thinks that you're going cuckoo, just continue to follow your heart, especially when it comes to your career, okay? And don't get attached to anything or anybody at this phase, okay? As a Gemini, I don't think you guys struggle with attachment issues, but I do know you have inner insecurities which require reassurance repeatedly. So the message for you here is very simple. Focus on your craft, upskill yourself without trying to decide and know from the very onset where is this heading. You will get to know as and when the month progresses, and by the end of the month, where are you heading, okay? But for now, follow your intuition, follow your heart, and go with it. Upskill yourself. Also, balance yourself. Okay, if you're too much in your mind, get back into this world. If you're too much into this world and you're thinking money and family and career, then maybe you need to chill pill and do some yoga and watch that fantasy movie and give yourself that divine feminine balance, right? So balance your energies between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. This is a card of healing for me. Temperance always is healing. So you will receive a lot of healing from things that have not worked out for you as well. From wherever you have faced disappointments, you will heal during the course of July. I'm not saying this healing is going to be easy with the 8 of Pentacles and the moon. This will take time, but there is healing coming for sure. With these cards, now before I move ahead, I want to definitely talk about your guidance. I think your guidance, if you can notice, is very synchronistic, okay? Whether it's your love life, whether it's your career, whether it's your family, anybody, okay? You clearly have energy vampires that you have kept in your life, and you're being asked to cut cords. I'll read that message for you. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stems from past relationship, freeing you from destructive patterns. I know Geminis very well. They have something like I call, which is an orangutan relationship cycle, wherein they'll keep moving from one relationship to the other with zero introspection, or maybe they do introspect, but they never apply it, okay? And then it becomes a cycle of repeatedly attracting similar people, just the cover changes, the packaging changes, the content remains the same, okay? So you need to stop. Very simple, just stop. Stop engaging and cut your cords. Do some cord cutting rituals in July. I did mention repeatedly in the full moon in Capricorn reading as well. This full moon is extremely strong for releasing our toxic patterns, because Saturn is very much very much at play with the moon energy. Saturn rules obstacles, foundations, and he's the father figure. He will help you let go of the toxicities that you're holding on into your life. Also, other people might be making you, create self-doubt in your mind. Take your power back is the third card that it brings me to, right? Sure, you might have made mistakes, and we are all allowed our mistakes, but that doesn't make you any less than anybody else, okay? So it's safe for you to be powerful. It's safe for you to remember that my mistakes do not define me, right? I am still learning. Life is about a journey of mastering our craft, and you're in that process of mastering your craft. Be the student of life, okay? That's the message you need to remember throughout July. You're a student of life. You're not the teacher of life, right? You are the one here who's come to learn, which means you're the one who will not know things, and when you know them, you will gain more power, okay? The process is all about that knowledge, okay? Many of you are dealing with karmic relationship, toxic exes, because I have the past life as the common message, and then I have cut your cords and clear yourself. I think it's pretty obvious. Mercury retrograde might have been a very difficult phase, especially for you as a Gemini who's also ruled by Mercury. The worst is done with. And you and I both know that Mercury retrograde will somewhere always come in and give you the messages that you needed to see. It brings into light for Virgos and Geminis more than anybody else what they need to reevaluate, reconsider, and rethink on. Which brings me back to these final messages for you. As in final of the tarot, we do have further messages for you. Through this journey that you're going through, okay, you are becoming an emperor. I want you to believe that and understand it. Emperors were not made when they were mollycoddled and they only had great experiences. There's a strong fire energy here as well. Okay, so Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. These experiences that have shaped you. Okay, I have a strong Cancer energy here as well. And again with the Cancer sun, and Cancer being the month that rules July, you might also be somebody who has strong Cancer placements. Okay, your intuition is repeatedly trying to give you messages. You know the reality. You're just, like for the emperor to become the emperor, he actually has to make certain mistakes for him to quote to his ministers and people. He has both the dog and the cat. Do you realize? He, unlike other kings, where you only see in this deck, there's a cat or a dog. Cat is intuition, dog is loyalty. Okay, to acquire the wisdom you need to reach out to your soul family, to reach the people where you belong. You need to go through these experiences and these learning. You need to upskill yourself. You need to come more in tune with your intuition, and you need to follow your heart to your greatest life purpose, cutting your cords away from things that hold you back, from toxic patterns that hold you back. Come into your confident power and be the emperor. Right? I mean, these two are very... Structure and discipline is something else which is a very strong message whenever Emperor shows up. In the month of July, if you do not have a routine and if you don't know what you're doing when, you are going to struggle a lot. That mental fog will keep on rising. Sage and smudge yourself and do some protective magic. I have two cards here showing up around protection. Okay, and Emperor is also a very protective energy. Guys, please do some smudging. There is a Instagram reel that I've made on my Instagram account, Tarot Pal, which walks you through how do you smudge. You can use sage, you can use Palo Santo. Palo Santo is more for uplifting. I would say you can do the salt bath. Every week, at least do 1 to 2 protective magic spells, okay? Because clearly there is a negativity around you which you need to repeatedly cleanse. That negativity could even be inside you, okay? Many times we always think that it's others who are negative, but honestly 50% of the negativity is just within me. In case I am all pure light, negativity cannot stand around me. There is a business offer or a relationship that will come to you gradually, which is going to be a solid offer. Okay, with the Ace of Pentacles, if you are somebody who's listening to this and planning a startup, please go ahead with it. I'm repeatedly getting that message across many readings, and I don't know why. I think that has something to do with Gemini Sagittarius, with the North Node, South Node, placements also happening in these positions. I strongly think that in case you have a business idea that you've been tossing around, or in case there is a creative endeavor or some sort of a new project that you want to get into, please go ahead, because you will receive the success, the recognition, and the power that you clearly deserve through this journey, okay? I think that's pretty much covered everything for July. I guess career and money we've covered. Remain careful, again, no heavy investments. I think all three air signs got the same message. This is not a month for risk taking. Whatever is ongoing, let's continue to stick with that and focus inward rather than outward, and success and abundance will flow in. Open yourself to receiving help and giving help. Do as much charity work as you possibly can. Remain hydrated. When it comes to love life, singles will see somebody come in, possibly a fire sign who offers a romantic offer to you. Could be a past life connection as well. Not every past life connection is meant to be in your entire life, but I don't see the intentions being bad. If it's a new person who shows up, for you singles, I think it's good to go ahead and give the person a chance, because only if you're feeling balanced, okay? If you're not balanced, if you're in this foggy energy, then of course that relationship can't work. So if you're feeling grounded and if you're feeling balanced, give the new person a chance. But remember that you might not know everything, obviously, on the onset of meeting this new person. So give time for discovering who they are and what they are like, okay? If you are in a relationship, clear yourself from third parties giving too much focus onto your relationship. And I'm talking about committed relationships here, of course. If you're married, if you're in a long-term relationship, there is perhaps a third party which is interfering in your relationship. And I don't mean a person. Sometimes it could be jobs, sometimes it could be families, mother-in-laws, father-in-laws, children. It could be anybody. But there's a third energy which can be troublesome between you and your partner. Otherwise, I feel your partner will make you feel much balanced, much grounded, and much successful, more than anything else in the month of July. If these readings resonated, please do subscribe and like the video. It does help my algorithm and yours, and it keeps me motivated to create better content for you. Okay, so I want you to think of a situation that you need a message from spirit guides for. If there's nothing that comes to your mind, keep it open as well. That's also okay. We'll take a postcard from spirits for, okay? And I hope it's on the same card, okay? If something crazy happened, Aquarius and Libra got the same card. Okay, here it is. Selfless giving is an elixir so sweet and life-giving and amazing that it should be customary for everyday living. Right now, generosity. Very nice. This is a message I missed giving you. Emperor is a generous soul. Okay. So if you have capacity to give, please give. But remember to stay clear out of narcissistic energies. Okay. If you have capacity to give, please give. Let go of a debt, release an obligation, or do a solid kindness for someone for no other reason than as an exercise of the heart. You will be surprised. This brings me back to the Six of Pentacles energy, okay? You will be surprised how quickly a generous heart is repaid. We know it often doesn't happen in the immediate exchange. So temper your expectations. Know that life has an uncanny way of sending miracles seemingly unrelated to your kindness, yet interconnected in magical ways. Okay? The more you act from generosity, the bigger your heart grows, and the more you love, the more love and abundance you will experience. We also know that someone could be entering your life with a generous offer. Emperor, okay? I strongly feel this could be an Aries, by the way. Take it and trust that you're worthy and deserving of it. You have to receive and just give, and not just give. Again, receive, not just give, is a clear message. Take the offer from the new people who show up into your life, okay? Trust them. I think the new people who come into your life will have better intentions than anything and anyone that you've ever dealt with. If the reading resonated, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you again for choosing to spend your time with me, and wish you a wonderful July. Take care. Bye-bye.